We are talking about the Cowboys today because Jerry Jones came out and acknowledged that, yeah, I screwed this thing up, which he did. He meddled. As I told you to start the show is, when he bought that show, when he bought that football team, it needed to be rebuilt financially. It needed to be rebuilt, the roster, and Jimmy and Jerry were on opposite sides of the building, and all of it was great until Jimmy started winning Super Bowls and Jerry wanted to have some fun, so he screwed it up. And, the loser in that was probably Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman went from Jimmy Johnson to Barry Switzer. And they used the momentum for about a year or two. They were still good, and that's what happens when a great coach leaves. Nick Saban, if he leaves Alabama tomorrow, they'll still be very good for the next couple of years because he's built a system. There's great internal momentum. But in the end, the Cowboys have never been the same. And the reason they have never been the same, and this is a cautionary tale for all people in business, there are very few outside voices allowed into the Cowboys. They're the most insular NFL franchise, even more than Green Bay. Almost every highly paid player the Cowboys have is theirs. There's this feeling inside the building, we know what we're doing here. 13 of the top 14 paid players for the Cowboys are theirs. Most overpaid, drafted by them. Most overpaid, or they've held on to him too long. The Rams, and they win a lot more than the Cowboys do. Andrew Whitworth, not theirs. Robert Woods, not theirs. Matt Stafford, not theirs. Jalen Ramsey, not theirs. They don't care. The Rams don't care. They just want the best football players. They can admit, we missed on this guy, we didn't do a good job here. Kansas City Chiefs, 3 of their 4 top cap hits. They didn't draft him. Honey Badger, didn't draft him. Offensive line, just rebuilt it. None are theirs, all right? If you look at the Buffalo Bills, winning a lot more than Dallas these days. They have a chance to win multiple Super Bowls the next decade. Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, 3 or 4 of their offensive linemen, not theirs. They just want the best football players. The best teams in this league, they just want good football players. Wherever they're at, they'll get them. They'll trade for them. Dallas, 13 of their top 14 paid guys, they drafted them. We know what we're doing. We're not interested in outside voices. We know what we're doing. We're going to pay and draft. And the truth is, Dallas has a bunch of good football players. They don't have a lot of great football players. Tyron Smith will go into the Hall of Fame. He's no longer great. The NFL just added a game to the schedule. He's playing fewer and fewer a year. So Amari Cooper is one of their rare, hey, let's go get somebody else's player. And he's their most dependable wide receiver. But CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and it's just what Dallas does. They fall in love with their own selection, and they fall in love with their own opinions. And I do not believe you can build a dynasty in any business without help and outside voices. Okay? If you want to be Walmart, but even Walmart now doesn't have the market share they used to. The Walton family. I just don't think Dallas brings outside voices in. They've increasingly taken power away from the coach. They hire the coach they can control, Mike McCarthy. They let the coaches they can't, Parcells and Jimmy Johnson, go. Big Ben picture came out. He's lost a bunch of weight. And to me, I never worry about Ben's weight. The Steelers haven't been ready when the fit hit the shan in the AFC North. Cleveland and Cincinnati now have their act together. They both have their quarterbacks. Cleveland's got an excellent coach, and I think Cincinnati's pretty good. Cleveland's got an excellent GM. The Browns roster's loaded. So Cleveland and Cincinnati were a clown show for the last 15 years. Let's just talk the last decade. What does that mean? That Pittsburgh should have owned this division. Now, you won't win it every year because Baltimore's well run. Pittsburgh last decade, 0 number 1 seeds. Virtually guaranteed to go 4-0 against the Bengals, Brown. 0 number 1 seeds. 1 bye. New England, when the Dolphins went sideways, when the Bills went sideways, when the Jets were the Jets, New England won their division, 8 byes. Green Bay. Minnesota goes sideways. Bears can't find a quarterback. Lions are the Lions. Green Bay, in the last decade, 7 division titles, 4 playoff byes. LeBron James, when everybody was unraveling in the East, all the good teams in the West, LeBron James, In the East, 8 straight finals appearances. Didn't win them all, but he took advantage of the dysfunction in the East. Packers have taken advantage of the dysfunction. Patriots took advantage. Now, New England, there's not a lot of... Miami and Buffalo have the right coaches, have good rosters. It doesn't last forever. Browns and the Bengals are real football teams, especially the Browns. That's a real football team. You blew it. Recessions are garage sales for the prepared. That division had a 10-year recession, and the Steelers didn't take advantage of it. That is on them. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.